In this video, we are going to look at the derivative of fractions. So we have a fraction here, y equals x squared minus 7x plus 4 divided by x cubed. So because the numerators of the fraction here has a common or have a common denominator x cubed, we are going to divide each of the numerator by x cubed. So the function becomes y equals x squared divided by x cubed minus 7x divided by x cubed plus 4 over x cubed. Now, to differentiate this function in a fraction form easily, what we are going to do is that we are going to move the denominator x cubed upstairs. From each, we are going to move them here. Now remember, as we are moving x cubed from the denominator side to the numerator side, the exponent of the x will change from positive 3 to negative 3. So they becomes y equals x squared multiplying x to the power negative 3 minus 7x multiplying x to the power negative 3 plus 4 multiplying x to the power negative 3. Alright, from indices we know that whenever two numbers are multiplying, especially variables are multiplying, and the variables are of the same base, we tend adding the exponent. So when you have a to the power m times a to the power n, is going to be a to the power m plus n. So what we do is that we add the exponents when the base are the same and they are multiplying. So that's the exact situation we find this function here. Therefore, y equals to, now because this x, the base here is x and this is also x, we add the exponents because they are multiplying. So we write our x. Now negative 3 plus 2 gives us negative 1 minus 7. Now x, this is to the power 1. So x to the power 1 multiplying x to the power negative 3. So 1 plus negative 3 will give us negative 2 plus 4 times x to the power 3 gives us 4x to the power negative 3. So this is our function that we are going to differentiate. So let me repeat the function over here. Alright, so I'm repeating the function here. Y equals x to the power negative 1 minus 7 x to the power negative 2 plus 4x to the power negative 3. Now we are going to differentiate this function. So the derivative of y will give us dy dx is equal to, right? So now when we want to differentiate x to the power negative 1, remember this x has a coefficient of 1. So what you are going to do is that this exponent here will come and multiply the number here, okay, and then this negative 2 will also come and multiply the coefficients of the x. The exponent negative 3 will also come and multiply the coefficients of the x, which is 4. So that is what we're going to do. So 1 times negative 1 times the 1 here will give us negative 1, then x. Now the exponent of this x will tend to reduce by 1, so that will be minus 1. So 1 minus 1 is negative 2. negative 2. Alright, so negative 2 will multiply the negative 7, and that will give us positive 14. Okay, x. Now this x exponent 2 will be reduced by 1, that is minus 1. So negative 2 minus 1 gives us negative 3. So negative 3 plus, now the exponent negative 3 will come and multiply the 4 here. That will give us negative 12x. Now exponent negative 3 will reduce by 1. So negative 3 minus 1 will give us negative 4. Negative 4. Alright. Negative 4. Now dy dx is now equals to, now negative times this will give us negative x to the power negative 2 plus 14 x to the power negative 3 minus 12 x to the power negative 4. Alright, so this is correct, but then if you want to write it in a fraction form, once again we are going to move the x, which is negative, down to become a denominator. And remember, the moment we change the positions of a variable with the exponents from numerator to denominator or from denominator to numerator, the sign of the exponent has to change. So dy dx will equal to, now the number behind or the coefficients of this x here is negative 1. So that's going to be negative 1 all over x squared. Remember, we have moved it from numerator to denominator, so the sign negative 2 will change to positive 2. So plus 14 all over x cubed. And this one too, we have moved the x to the power negative 3 to the denominator side, though the negative 3 at the exponent will change to positive. Now minus 12 over x to the power 4. So this one too, the negative 4 as the exponent to the x has been moved down here, so the sign will change from negative to positive. So that is how we can find the derivative for the differentiation of fraction. Please don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you.